Can you quickly present yourself, name, age, nationality?
My name is Rose. I am 25 years old and I am a French national, but I've lived in the US. I'm a permanent resident here.
Okay. What studies or degree did you do?
I have a master's degree in conflict resolution from Georgetown.
Do you share values with the United Nations?
Of course, I share values with the United Nations. Who doesn't? But I think like multilateralism is a big one, although there's a lot of values I don't share with the UN.
How long have you been part of the United Nations?
This is my 4th month as an intern here out of 6. And prior to that, I did another 6-month internship with the IOM.
Which office or department are you working in?
I work with the USG Christian Saunders at the OSCSEA Office of Improving the UN Response to Sexual Exploitation and Abuse.
How did you apply for an internship?
I was just applying to so much stuff with the UN entities, so like IOM and all of these. And then I realized that you could just have the secretariats that had a lot of internship already, and I just found this one.
How many interviews did you have?
There's only one interview for us. Yeah, it's very quick.
What questions were you asked?
Okay, the questions they asked during the interview, which is really short, is what interests you in this position? What skills do you hope to bring? And what do you hope to get out of this?
How did you prepare for it?
You have a lot of people who tell you what the questions are ahead, and I think you have to write your answers down, you have to learn. And one of the skills that I've been taught is to use the STAR method when you respond. So it's situation, task, action, and results to explain. When they're asking you what you did, you have a structure of like explaining something, and they really value that. That's like the method they use for themselves.
Was there any specific qualifications required?
Not really, but there is a lot of unspoken ones that you hear about afterwards. Like you need either a master's degree and or experience, like professional experience.
What do you wish you knew before applying?
I wish I knew how many internships exist here, because I think that would have taken the pressure off of me a little bit. Like I have 5 interns at my office and we're out of a team of 15.
What was your biggest fear before coming to the UN?
I was really worried that I would just bring people coffee every day, honestly. And I'm not.
Do you have favorite moments of the internship so far?
Not necessarily a favorite moment, but I really enjoy the team that I work with. It's almost only women, and it's the experience that they bring and that they share with me is always like the biggest learning experience I get here, I think.
What's been the biggest challenge you had to overcome here?
Honestly, the biggest challenge I have is the hierarchy that you face at the UN, and just the administrative barriers that we have specifically as interns.
What is one thing you are proud to have accomplished during your internship?
I've been asked by members of my team to ask people how they would want to reform the UN, because we're in UN 80 right now and a big reform is happening. And so I got the opportunity to be very critical of this institution and to try to implement change. That has been like very enriching and interesting to see what people had to say.
What's one skill you've learned?
I've learned all of the acronyms of the UN, and I've learned how to properly address the officials that you have to deal with. And then I've just improved at Excel a lot.
What does a typical day as an intern look like for you?
So, because I'm an intern with a coordination office, a lot of the things I have to deal with are meetings with people on the field. So, usually I will start with morning meetings because you have people working in Africa or in Asia, and it's bedtime for them. And then a lot of drafting of documents, usually. I do attend a lot of events here at the UN, a lot of the conferences, a lot of the side events. There's always something. And then some things are just to get the interns together usually. So we have things like the Delegates Lounge on Thursday today, where we get to network a little bit.
Does this internship respond to your expectations?
I would say yes. I think I didn't have a lot of expectations in the first place. I came here pretty critical of what I would do. And I think some of the work is beyond interesting and some of the work is beyond boring. So you kind of have to really be interested in the work you do or you might be disappointed. But my office is incredibly interesting, so I'm happy.
What is one thing you would change if you could?
I would change the status of the interns because, and I'm not saying this because I'm like we need to get paid or something, but we do. I just think there's a lot of things that stop us and that it consumes so much of our energy as interns to try to go around things we're not allowed to do. And it's such a waste of time for everyone when we are prevented from accessing meetings.
What sustainable development goal relates most to your work?
Mine is on inequalities, so Sustainable Development Goal 10 is reducing inequalities, and that would resolve abuse of powers, which is what my office tries to fight. I think the SDG that matters the most for my office is reducing inequalities. I think it's the 10th one, but there's also so many layers to this, like gender equality, no poverty, no hunger, would resolve all the abuse of powers that we deal with. So I think they all kind of go hand in hand. And then partnerships and strong justice systems, like goals 16 and 17, I think.
One word to describe your internship.
Accountability and protection. I can't pick one. They go hand in hand.
Do you have an everyday mantra or inspirational quote?
Yes. It's a little simple, but I read this book on some doctor who founded Partners in Health, which saved like millions of lives in Haiti. By Paul Farmer, which is Fight the Long Defeats, and it's sort of this idea that he's trying to save the world and he knows he's not going to be able to do it. He's not even going to be able to just save every child dying in Haiti, but he's like, you have to keep going and every life you save is worth saving anyways. So I think that's really pushed me to want to do a career here.
Do you have 3 advices or tips for someone that wants to be part of the UN?
To be part of the headquarters, at least at the secretariats, think about the costs, like what it's costing you to come here. Think about what you want out of your career. Even though you're young and it's just an internship or anything, it puts you down a road that maybe does not match your ambition at all. If you're passionate about like action-driven projects, you don't need to come here. You can do something else. But then also it's counterintuitive, but seize opportunities as well. I think any experience is, whether it's good or bad, you learn something out of it and you learn what you want to do or not want to do. So it's not a loss of time. An internship is 6 months. 6 months is nothing.
What are your next steps after the internship?
I'm looking for a job, but I would really like to get experience from an international NGO now to see the counterpower of the UN when you're not doing diplomacies.
Would you come back to work at the UN?
Maybe, yes. but probably not the secretariat. I think it's not for me. But the UN has like 50 something entities, and then agency fund programs that you can join, and within that you have country offices, you have sub-country offices, regional, like anything. There's so many opportunities. The UN is a monster organization. Like you can just find something you like if you like international relations. So yeah.